think I'll take my whiskey. Take my yum, yum, yum. Today, so I'm leaving for the States tomorrow, coming to Dallas for a few weeks and to Arkansas for family reunion and Las Vegas with my cousin. And I'm excited about Las Vegas. I did a dry out, y'all, for, by the time today is 46 days, I believe, no cannabis. I made it. And also it's day 50 for no complex carbohydrates besides that come in, like your vegetables, because vegetables do have carbs. But because the vegetables that I choose are high in fiber, it goes to like net carbs. So anyway, today I didn't have salad because I'm leaving for the States tomorrow. I wanted to clear out what I already had in my refrigerator and then buy stuff that was like just stuff I could eat in a day so that it wouldn't sit. Oh, wait a minute, before we talk about food. Got my nails done. Just got my nails done and my toes done. Because y'all remember yesterday, this one was broke. And what y'all didn't see was this one was just hanging on by a thread. But we got them together now. Aren't they beautiful? I have to keep my nails done. But today I'm having Parmesan crusted broccoli. And I'm gonna stove top this time because when you light up the horno oven, I think in Spanish I'm saying it right, horno or horena. When you light that oven up, hey, it's just me. The whole place gets hot as hell. So, what do these shout outs do? Why do y'all be asking for shout outs? What do they do? Do they give you something? Like points or something? Hey, it's me. And for my drink, I do have 2 drinks. So this one's frozen. And I don't know how much of it is frozen, so I bought over to the table a second one. This one is passion fruit and pineapple. Insanely good. This one's just the manzana. I didn't know how much of it would be frozen. It is pretty frozen. So we'll just get the other one ready. Because I'm a heavy liquid intake person. When I get to the States, it'll be a lot more water. Because the food is different there. And it will require a lot of water. You guys are so good. Oh, and then the meat was bacon. So bacon and broccoli. Good though. Hold on 1 second. I had to take a picture, y'all. I take a picture of my food so that just in case if it's something that I really liked, I can remember what I did. Hey Kia, how are you? We're having Parmesan crusted broccoli and bacon. It's so good. Bacon and broccoli. I'm happy. I got my nails done. I'm coming to the States tomorrow, so I'm really excited. I'll be in the States for about 6 or 7 weeks. I don't ever buy a return ticket until I decide to come back. Are you guys interested now? I just want to know. I'll share something if you're interested. Does anybody on here do quantum jumping or believe in quantum jumping? Thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. Is anybody interested in learning a tidbit about changing timelines or quantum jumping? Manipulating time. If you are, I'll share something. If not, and you just want to see me eat, I don't mind. I left the States April 29th, May 1st. I reduced my carbs tremendously. And I am almost 40 pounds down in about 7 weeks. What's interesting about that is just 6 years ago, when I was in my 30s, I would have lost a pound a day. I'm 41 today, and that weight moves a little different the older you get. So if you're fat and you're on here, and you're in your 30s or your 20s, get it together now. Because it's different when you get older. I haven't quite nailed my smoking gun. It's going to be something, like, right? It's something that I just haven't figured out yet. Because I did go back to what I knew. So I'm just paying attention. I chart what I'm eating. Pay attention to what I'm eating. For example, I think I'm going to go over to vegan butter. That's 41. Thank you. I have good genes. I'm going to my family reunion now. Especially the women in my family. The women in my family live to their 80s, 90s, 100s. So I'll be down with the good genes on Saturday. I fly into Dallas tomorrow night, late. Have some business to take care of on Friday. And then my sister and I will head out for Arkansas right early before the sun gets up on Saturday morning. And I'll be there for like 10 days in the country. But I do love it. Oh, and look what this, look, I got, you see this? I finally got a gray hair. I was so proud. And I'm gonna point to it all week. Because the women in my family are so gray early. My sister is completely gray-headed, completely. She's got hazel eyes, and her hair is completely white, gray. Not a lick of black, all gray. So it's, and my mom's hair is white as snow. But me, boom. I'm gonna point to it all weekend. Respect me. I'm getting full. But I'm about to eat the rest. I'm getting full. The broccoli was really good. I walked to the market this morning and got it. The produce is so fresh there. Probably came into the area yesterday from a field, a locally grown field here in Mexico. Mm-hmm. You guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please. We're building this channel up. The bacon here is so thin, and you don't cook it as long as the bacon you do in the States. I made that mistake when I first got here. I was like, this bacon isn't done. I burnt the hell out of the bacon. He was like, no, you should have took that out like 2 minutes ago. It's so good. I've been obsessed with bacon since I was a child, you guys. I don't even like sausage. Chorizo? No. Erin, hey girl. I sure do. Hey girl, hey. And then I got another cyber BFF named Zoe. Surprised Zoe ain't on here yet. You see my nails, Erin? Thank you, Kim. I don't know what I'm doing so public. But I love talking. I love teaching more than talking when I get to lecture. And by the way, hey Joanna, if anybody's on here, like I said, my specialty, let me tell you what I do for a living, guys. I don't work. Everybody's out, like, people ask me, like, what do you do for work? I don't work. I'm an investor. I invest financially into things, but I also invest energetically into people. And so you have to go to bed. Oh my God, I love you. Thank you, girl. Erin, where are you that you're about to go to bed? You must be in Europe somewhere. I know if you were over in like Italy or something, you'd be 7 hours ahead of me. So you gotta be like in London, Italy, France. You're in France. Where are you? I spent a lot of time in Europe, especially in Italy. Lots of time in Italy. You're in Wales. I was close, wasn't I? Yep. I spent a lot of time. I love Italy so much. I haven't been to London yet. I would love, and according to my genetics, I have some kinship in Wales. We might be cousins, girl. Good night, Aaron. But if anybody, investing in the people. So what we do is, I'm in Mexico right now. I live in Jalisco, Mexico, and I work with all kinds of people. I work with celebrities. I work very quietly behind the scenes. I'm the person you call when you need to work through some things really quickly. I work with celebrities when they're on location, when they're filming, when they're doing different things, and they need a sounding board. I'm not quite a therapist. If you ask me, I'm better than a therapist. If you're a person of color, I'm definitely a really good investment of your time. Because I don't like to use the buzzwords of like mental health and things of that nature, although that is definitely packaged into what I do. I really focus on the energy of a thing, and I teach people how to see masculine and feminine energy outside of a gender. I'm not going to say I'm a part of LGBTQ, I'm not, but I love who I love, I like who I like, and I've been in relationships with all people. So when I say masculine and feminine energy, I do not mean by gender at all. To be truthful, most of the times I am in my masculine energy most of the time. Although I would like to be a little bit more in my feminine energy, but being a single woman does, a single woman who is a business owner and an investor, it does require me to stay in my masculine energy to get things established and settled and taken care of, to get my business handled. And I don't mind that, because honestly, the more I handle my business, the more I set up, Finland, that's nice. The more I set up like my borders and my boundaries and stuff like that, then I can get softer in my feminine energy inside of my own container. But I have to build the container before I can get soft inside my container, because I'm not inside of any other body's masculine energy container. So I didn't create it for myself. We can talk about childhood trauma. I do that a lot. Okay, Aaron. Oh, you back? That's okay. You can go whenever you need to. I do talk a lot about childhood trauma, but I talk about it from a standpoint of patterns. I don't sit long in what happened, because the truth is that it's not really my business to know what happened. It's your responsibility to be honest about what happens, right? But then we move on to, okay, this happened and it created this type of pattern. I'm gonna give you guys a little cheat something. As you think about yourself, if you're working through anything with yourself, how you handle your family, how you move with your family is how you move in every relationship. That's how you move in your relationship with food. That's how you, okay, Kia, see ya, Kia. That's how you'll move with your business. That's how you'll move with your friendships. That's how you'll move. So if you belong to families that hurt each other's feelings and then you act like nothing happened, you're going to be very passive and careless and just really docile and weakened when it comes to relationships with everything else. If you were in families that were very hostile toward each other, and that's just the way you talk, when people come in and they're like, oh, you say this to each other like this, you talk to each other like this, that you're going to be aggressive in other relationships too, because your familial relationships, your relationships that you were born into, the relationships that you spend most of your time with, your core relationships, specifically with your family, and a lot of times, if you believe it or not, people really skip, and this is another thing that we do, but let me finish that statement. The patterns and how you deal with and navigate your familiar relationships are most likely how you're going to navigate all other relationships. But then also, you can't just talk about your family relationships, because you spend more of your waking hours at school. You spend most of your waking hours, your woke hours, at school with teachers, with other peers. And that has a very big influence on how you navigate things socially. If you're a person that got talked about and hid, hold on one second. y'all can't tell, I love my teeth. I love my teeth a lot. Thank you, Erin. Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to respect y'all. We don't want to be on here with broccoli in our teeth. All right, let's check again. We ready? Hold on. Ah, that's better. That's better, y'all. Because if I didn't get that broccoli out of my teeth, somebody with that keen eye, you know, people always paying attention to what they don't need to be paying attention to. And they'll pay attention like, what's that in her teeth? Brother, what's that? That's what would have happened. So I had to get it together. Thank you so much for the nails. I love my nails. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people kind of bypass the relationships that we had at school. I had very rough relationships at school, but that's also because I now know as an adult that I have a diagnosis. And I've always had the diagnosis, but they weren't looking at this diagnosis in little girls. Little boys had it, but little girls didn't. Or they actually, the diagnosis that I had, they just thought it was more adults that had it instead of children. But I can actually say, nope, I've been like this my whole life. And that absolutely affected me socially. And so, going back and looking how I navigated those things and how people handled me and how people made me feel, right? That mattered a lot when it came looking at every relationship that I ever had with, like I said, food, business, to myself, right? If you belong to a family that really put you on the back burner, didn't really care what you thought, you were seen, not heard, you belong to families like that, whether they did it on purpose or not. Because I think sometimes, another thing that I do is I make sure not to get people caught up and mad about things and patterns that were displayed or shown to you, demonstrated to you in your family when it wasn't done maliciously. Sometimes people just forget. Sometimes, if you're a parent, you understand now better than ever that you're fucking up. And I'm 41 and I still feel like I'm growing up. So if I were a parent right now, I would be growing up while raising somebody else. So we're all growing up, right? There's a lot of grace that goes into that. It's funny, the word grace, I was talking about grace with a friend earlier, about an hour ago, and I'll talk about that in a second, right? Grace is for some things. I'm not a person that just puts a blanket grace on everything, because I do think that there's danger in grace. Grace can make you naive, and grace can make you enable yourself and enable others. So grace has to be defined for me. And I have my own definition of grace and what I'm willing to be gracious of and for to, and the amount of grace. But I said that to say, you know, socially, as you realize that, you know, hey, my mom was 40, my mom was 30 when she was raising me. So no, she didn't get it always right. But it wasn't that your mom did it on purpose. It wasn't that she hated you. It's not any of that. It's that she was trying to navigate herself and navigate you, because remember, the generation before us, they didn't have TikTok teaching them about emotional wellness. They didn't have YouTube teaching them how to put themselves as the center and not other people. They didn't have this, what we have. So what we have, although there's a bittersweetness to social media, it really is. Social media, too much time on it can literally put you into a depression. Social media can increase anxiety, but social media can also give you exposure. And I recommend that people, especially people that work with me, clients that work with me, we tune our algorithms. My algorithm doesn't look like your algorithm. I guarantee it doesn't. I don't have trash on my algorithm. I don't have a bunch of pranks on my algorithm. I got food on my algorithm and lots of Alex, I cannot say his last name, Manzani, and his wife, Layla. They're like my cup of tea right now. I have a lot of money things on my, because I'm an investor, I have a lot of money things on my algorithm. So I use social media for what it's for. I'm not on here looking at trash and mess and anything that's not conducive to the character and the patterns that I'm trying to cultivate within my life, curate and cultivate in my life, because it is your patterns that tell you where you're going, or your patterns to show you where you've been. your patterns. It will tell you where you're going and showing you where you've been. And you learn all that. Patterns are generated through your familial upbringing and also through your social upbringing in school and whatnot. A lot of people don't know that your brain is not fully developed until the age of 25. That really means that a 22-year-old is about as good as an 18-year-old. And a 24-year-old is about as good as a 16-year-old. The brain is not fully developed until the age of 25. And that means there's a lot of stuff that goes on in your life because a lot of people get kicked out at 18, 17. And so now, what message does that give to you when you're getting kicked out at 17 and 18? Your brain isn't fully developed. You're still in child mode. That's still programming. That's still calculating. It is still taking into account abandonment. It's taking into account if you weren't prepared. It's taking into an account that you don't have resources or that you don't know how to get resources or you don't know what you didn't know until you didn't know it, right? There's so much more about development that we're learning. Everybody is learning in the last 20 years, and so it is a really big blessing that if you're between the ages of like 30 and 50 right now, that we're alive to witness this, because in our childhood, we never would have thought we'd be able to have words and hold people accountable, and we never thought about this stuff growing up. When I was born, there were no cell phones. When I was born, most people on here, if you're young, you don't even remember pagers. We just got pagers in middle school. Pagers were the end all to be all. We thought, pagers? Somebody page you? What? And then we learned how to say little words on the pager. Like if you don't want your mom and dad, especially if you were trying to talk to little boys, you would say, text me this word, this number right here, so your mom and dad didn't know there was a little boy. You need to go to bed now. All right, Aaron, good night. Thanks for coming. But yes, so a lot of this technology wasn't even in existence when I was born. So it really is awesome to see this stuff, using it very wisely and using it in ways that benefit you are very important. Anyway, but that's what I do. Other than when I'm not mentoring or coaching people, I live in Mexico, in very beautiful, sunny Mexico. I rest, I read, I go to the beach, I smoke, I relax, because my mind is constantly holding space for my clients. I currently have a caseload of about 8 clients right now. And I know that one day, as I get more and more clients, I won't be able to be as hands-on as I am. And so I'm creating curriculum now in preparation for that. But as I'm able to hold for 8 people now, my mind is constantly holding space for these people. It's constantly thinking about what they need, being tapped into them. Quite often, I can text them in the middle of the day and say, what's going on? I feel your energy. What's happening? And I'm spot on. I'm never wrong. I've been doing this work for about 5 years now. I'm never wrong. I may be early, and quite oftentimes I'm early to telling people things, but I am never wrong. I actually started out doing tarot cards. And then I realized that I wasn't using the tarot cards anymore. I was just flipping them for entertainment because it was entertaining other people to see those tarot cards. Like I just did, hold on, I still have my cards. I don't want to tell you the story about my cards. Yeah, I still have my tarot cards. But I needed to put this bag up here anyway. You know, when you're getting ready to go to town and you don't want to miss anything, you want to make sure that you have everything close. Y'all, these tarot cards, sorry, I know that was loud. These cards fed me many a nights. These cards put gas in my car many a nights. These tarot cards helped me to quantum jump here to Mexico. I would be online. I don't think I can even shuffle these things anymore really well. I'd be online, oh my gosh, every day for hours. Flipping tarot cards for people, making $20 here, $20 there, saving up so that I could get down here to Mexico. But I realized that I wasn't even using the cards anymore. In fact, if anybody's on here now and you want me to pull a card for you, I'm going to pull a card, but I'm not going to read the card. I'm not even going to flip the card over. I'm going to tell you what I hear, then we'll flip the card over. I realized I wasn't using the card. I was using my intuition. And then I also realized, because of my diagnosis, one of the things that I have done to cope throughout life is to recognize a certain type of pattern. And so I realized, you can ask me a question. If anybody wants me to pull a card, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If you want me to pull a card for you, ask me a question, and then I'll pull a card, but I won't look at the card. I'm not even going to flip it over to you. I'm going to tell you what I'm hearing to tell you, and then when I get finished telling you what I hear to tell you, then I'll flip over the card and see what it says. Okay. Yeah, but if you want, it's somebody, bitch. It's somebody, because this more than a jumper. Nobody's trying to talk. Who want to talk? Who want to ask a question? Just ask me any question, and I'm going to answer it. Any question that you've been thinking about, contemplating, any issue that you're needing some clarity on. I don't even know how to, you see, I don't even know how to do these flipping them up. It's been 2 years. I said that I was going to give them away to people, like one at a time, just randomly give them away. But I love these cards, and believe it or not, these cards were given to me, I'm getting hot, by a church member. I had a church member that believed in what I was doing. She was like, listen, I can't be all out in public with you, but you got an anointing on you. I'm like, I do. You know, my family, they sit on this gift, or they squeeze this gift under the guise of Christianity, so they limit the gift because it's so much bigger than that. I am not affiliated with any religion. I won't say that I'm quite atheist, because I do believe that we all are God. I believe I'm God, you're God, every tree is God, every animal is God, and collectively together we are God. Separately we're just pieces. Together we are God, and I mean everybody, even the people you don't like. Together we are God. It's a oneness. It's a divine consciousness, a divine oneness that I believe in. All right, nobody, listen, if it's not nobody, that's fine. But I know sometimes the video lags, so I was trying to see. But if it's not nobody, that is fine by me, because I don't really have much more to say. That's why I was going there and let y'all talk. But anyway, I'm done. Thanks for joining. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, please, please, please. If you would like to share it with somebody, you can do that. And I will hopefully see you guys a couple of days next week when I'm in the country. I'll see what kind of reception I have down there with the cows. And my family with their heavy accents. I love hearing them talk. I'm like, that's what it sounds like to me. I have an accent to them, and they damn sure have an accent to me. So anyway, I love myself. I love you.